We'll try Kel again from Missoula.
It's echoing again. I can hear you a little better, though.
Okay.
Okay.
I do want to thank you, first off, again, for helping me come out as an atheist. That's the first thing.
Okay. Great. Thank
Great.
you. We're glad.
And I've got a little story for you if you want to listen. It's kind of interesting.
Go ahead.
I call myself a Gnostic atheist, Gnosticism being the thing that with some of the beliefs and experiences, that prove God. But I'm still an atheist. Several years ago when my son was born, I read a story in the paper about a man who took his son to school actually, but forgot him in the car, and the son died from heat exposure. The guy let his son die. It freaked me out. So I'm lying in bed that night, totally upset and very emotional. I could not get this out of my head. I was fearing that maybe I would do this to my son somehow. I'd make some horrible mistake that my son would die. And as I laid there awake, I was kind of meditating. All of a sudden, I found myself in this giant castle-type, medieval-type place, and it was obvious I was the son of, quote, God. These people were 50 feet tall, dressed in wonderful raiment, all the whole 9 yards, golden helmets, everything, like, Viking. So, and I asked the question, how do I be a father? How do I, do my job? And it wasn't in words, but they gave me this answer. And I woke up totally relieved. It was a transcendent, wonderful experience. It was absolutely fabulous. It changed my life, and it helped me be a better father. But here's the thing. I've been an agnostic for years. Basically, I was really an atheist, truly, until you guys, watching you guys on YouTube, made me realize I was an atheist. Even though I've had that experience, and a lot of Christians would love to have, they went before God, so to speak, I still don't believe in God. Because it could be a dream. I mean, it probably was a very fancy dream. I've had out-of-the-body experiences, the same thing. Does not prove there's a God, or an afterlife for that matter. So I tongue-in-cheek call myself a Gnostic atheist.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
I mean that I've had experiences that most people would, assume that they would, they've met God or whatever, but I don't buy it.
Okay, but do you understand the difference, or do you understand what that means when you say you're Gnostic or agnostic?
Yeah, and then for years I thought I wasn't agnostic, and I still am agnostic because I just don't know. But watching you guys on YouTube made me realize that I'm really an atheist because I don't believe in God. I don't believe in it. I still don't believe in Christianity anyway.
I'm just saying, like in the last minute, you've called yourself agnostic and a Gnostic theist. So I don't know which one you are. Atheist. Sorry.
Well,
Yeah, so
the Gnostic part is kind of tongue-in-cheek. Because Gnostics, I understand, they believe they've actually had experiences which prove God to them. I had the experiences, I just don't believe it. It's not rational to believe in things like that. Just 'cause I had,
Gnosticism or agnosticism is a claim of knowledge.
Right.
So are you making a claim of knowledge?
No, I'm just basically saying I had experiences which a lot of folks would probably claim as knowledge, or Christians would certainly claim as knowledge.
Okay, and what do you say about those experiences?
Again, you break up a bit. I have a question for Matt, and then I'm going to get off into the line, and it goes to belief. It seems like a lot of Christians I've met say they believe in God, but I get the strong impression they really don't believe. And when people call up here your show, the religious Christians, they're very angry at you for having this show and being atheist. To me, it's like several years ago I found a website called the Flat Earth Society, Flat Earth Society. I thought it was kind of a comedy website, but when I went there, these guys are very serious about believing in a flat Earth.
Yeah.
They're not joking about that. They really believe there's a flat Earth. I just left. It was silly. And if I really believed in a God, I don't think I'd have a problem with atheists. I think they don't protest too much. And my question for Matt is this. You were a Christian for a very long time. Did you really believe in this stuff, or were you, trying to believe in it? You know what I'm saying?
Both at different times.
Well, because when you were young, you really believed. When you got older, no.
No, there were periods of time when I was young and when I was older that I believed or, professed belief at different times. I mean, I don't doubt that these people who call it, I mean, the idea that somebody's protesting too much is, it's anecdotal, but by and large, I don't have any problem at all believing these people really believe this stuff, because I used to, and I know too many people who clearly do. Now, we can quibble about whether or not their actions actually match up to what they claim they believe. But I think that it's a complicated, the human mind and what you believe is a complicated landscape. And there are times in anybody's life where you believe things to, greater and lesser degrees. And so I don't know that it has any.
Yeah, I'm perfectly willing to accept that they believe this. And part of it is because, having been a believer myself at one point, I understand that it's possible to believe things for bad reasons. And that's essentially what happened with me. And when I discovered that those were bad reasons for belief, that kind of set me on a journey to discover, what was real. And, it ultimately led to my atheism. But, I think that for the most part, they do believe. And a lot of it is, Tracy's done a lot of shows on childhood indoctrination, and that's a really powerful thing. And we have people who write to us who are atheists who still have a fear of hell because that's been indoctrinated into them. Do they really believe there's a hell anymore? On an intellectual level, they don't. But there are some emotional ties to that belief that, people struggle with letting go. So, I think that for the most part, I'm willing to accept that believers actually do believe what they claim they believe.
Well, guys, thanks. I'm going to go because it's still echoing. But thank you so much for the show, and I appreciate it.
All right.
Take care.
Thanks,
Thank
Kel.
you.